Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Freebie Focus, and this video is to focus on what you can make using the free celebration items. And today I'm focusing on the Inside the Lines DSP. These are 12 by 12 sheets and the colouring sheets, so you can design your own DSP. This is one card that I've made using it, and this is the celebration leaflet, and here we are, Inside the Lines designer series paper. So the code is there, and it's on Whisper White, and the ink for the pattern is basic black, and you do get 12 sheets, 3 of each of 4 designs. So there's 4 different designs to choose from, and you get 3 of each. And you can see in the celebration leaflet some of the beautiful things that ladies have made with them. You can use the watercolours, you can colour them in with your Stampin' Up marker pens, or you can just ink. So I've also, in my project that I'm going to show you, I have used one of the papers out of the Carried Away designer series, which is also one of the celebration items, which you get for free if you spend £45 or more. So I'm using both of the DSPs that we've got for absolute free, and you can make some awesome cards. I'm not going to show you this card. This is one. I'm going to show you a different card. This one was just inked around the edge, and I left all the colour in and just punched out a circle. So behind here is a hole. Saves on cardstock and paper. Punched a hole out and then put a larger scalloped circle underneath, and then I just coloured those in, and if you can see, I've glittered it and inked it. So that's one idea. I'm going to do another idea now using my favourite colour, which is pink. Oh, you may have noticed there's a bit of a theme. I do tend to go towards pink colours rather than bolds and brights, so I do apologise. I do try sometimes to change it up. So this is a card base that has started at 8.5 by 6. We've scored it at 4 1/4 to make my card base. Then this is from the Carried Away, the one with the balloons, the free one, and that's the reverse side, which is lovely bright orange colours. But this is your crumb cake, and it's dotty, and so I've just done that for my layer, which is 1/4 inch shorter, so that is 5 3/4 by 4. Oh yes. So I'm going to quickly just attach that on using snail, because it's only paper, and then have some fun with the In the Lines DSP. So let me see if I can get this fairly straight. Let me just have a look. This is my first celebration as a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm absolutely loving the things that they've come out with, you know, because they're not rubbish, they are really good. So this is what I've chosen. I've cut this down from one of the 12 by 12 sheets, and I've focused, and the pattern is all the way around, and then in the centre is this huge flower, so I've focused on that and I've cut around it. And this measures, I did cut it quite randomly because I wanted to focus on this large flower. So it does measure, it's 3 inches by the width of the layer, which is 5 3/4, because I also wanted it to be like a band rather than a full mat. So it's the same width as the coloured layer underneath, but narrower, so that it, you know, shows this lovely paper behind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some inking. Just for a change, a bit of inking. I am going to get my inking mat out. I have been asked before about my inking mat, because it's not Stampin' Up, it's just a random piece of plastic really that's been picked up from somewhere. You can use a glass mat, you can use anything, a non-stick mat, anything that's smooth. Doing it on paper, you see, it's quite, although it feels smooth, your paper's actually quite a rough surface, so you just need any smooth surface. It'll work fine. So I'm using what am I using? Pink Pirouette, because it's a nice light subtle. I don't want the colours too dark. I'm gonna have a different focus to this card. So I'm just going to gently ink all the way around the edges. And that pink pirouette picks up beautiful on that Whisper White. It's really, really gorgeous. The cardstock base is, I believe that's Blushing Bride. So, a bit heavier in the corners because that's how I like to do it. It just adds a bit of depth, I think, and a bit of shape as well. Okay. Just come in a little bit further than just round just the edges. I just think it gives I just really love inking. I keep making excuses for myself, daughter. I'm sorry, I'm obsessed. Can't help it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, let me just move my mat out of the way. So we don't need that now. I've picked out a few markers, and these are out of my Many Marvellous markers. If you get a chance to get these, get them. Sometimes if you put in quite a nice juicy order, you get Stampin' Rewards, or if it's a really, really juicy order, you'll get an item for 50% off. If you get chance, get these, because then you've got every colour that Stampin' Up more or less do. And then you know, you're never stuck, because you can also stamp with these. You put the ink on your stamp and you can stamp with them. So I'm just going to add some small amounts of colour, just randomly, I think, and just going to add it in the centre. You'll have to excuse my phone, just pinged. I've forgotten to put it on silent. Where is it? I don't even know where it is. It's buried somewhere deep within my crafting table, which is an absolute disgrace. So I do apologise if it pings again, which it invariably will. I'm just adding a little bit of colour. I'm not going to colour the whole flower because it's time consuming, but that would be an awesome feature, to colour the whole of that in, you know, just pick a few different colours. If you're not very good at matching colours up, just pick 3 colours and alternate them. That's all you need to do. And that's what I'm going to do here. And then this is the pink pirouette. So I've used pink pirouette, Blushing Bride and Sweet Sugar Plum, and those are the pinky tones that I absolutely adore. Okay, I'm doing this really quickly. I'm going to get one of these sheets and I'm going to sit one night while I'm watching the TV, and I'm going to colour a whole sheet, and then I can cut it up and have my very own full sheet of exclusive DSP. What a wonderful idea that would be. And you could cut it up and make lots of cards with it. I mean, that's the general idea. You can make boxes with it. I'm not very neat at this. Under pressure. Oh dear. But you get the general idea anyway, don't you? Now this DSP, some of the designs have the dragonflies and the bumblebees on, and you will notice, if you've looked through the catalogue, that that does coordinate with some items in the spring-summer catalogue. More specifically, the dragonfly delicate details, is it? Dragonfly details? Got them here. I can never remember the names. Dragonfly dreams, I beg your pardon, and detailed dragonfly thinlets. And they do coordinate. There are dragonflies and bumblebees on some of the In the Lines DSP. So if you want to coordinate, you could buy those to go with it. So these are very cleverly designed, so that they do coordinate and match with other items. And the only way that you can get this one is to get it for free, which is quite bizarre. You know, you can't buy it, you have to get it as a free item. So there you go. Okay, right, I'm going to leave that there as my focus. I would carry on colouring far more of that, but obviously you know, I didn't think far enough ahead to colour it all in before, because I wanted to show you, you see. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to layer that on my card base. I'm going to try and centralise it. And then I'm going to show you what my feature's going to be, because I'm not going to add a sentiment to this card. I've got a different feature. And then you could add it, you could have it as a notelet, if you want to write a quick letter to somebody, or you could add a sentiment and turn it to a birthday card. So there we go. Now what I have done is I have created from the delicate dragonfly thinlets, and I have show you what I've used. I have used, oh, is it all stuck? I used the large die here and the smaller one, and after I'd cut the smaller one out, I cut the wings away from the body. I cut the larger one out in a Blushing Bride and the smaller one out in Sweet Sugar Plum. And then what I did was, I'll just show you my finished dragonflies. I coated the whole of the dragonfly with the fine tip glue and sprinkled it with Dazzling Diamonds, which is from Stampin' Up. I'll quickly show you that tub if I can find it. Oh, where is it? Oh, here we go. Dazzling Diamonds. It's absolutely beautiful. It's so sparkly and it's iridescent, which means it shines in all different colours, pinks, greens, blues. It picks up all different colours and it's stunning. So I've sprinkled that all over and then I've left it to dry. And I've come up with a 3D glittery winged dragonfly, and I'm just going to attach that to my card there like so. So I'm going to use glue dots. Glue dots, glue dots. So as you can see, because this has got the Sweet Sugar Plum and the Sweet Sugar Plums I've used there, the pen, it's picking up the colours and reflecting each other and coordinating nicely. As I say, if I had time, it would be really awesome to colour the whole thing in. But on a video, I don't know how to do that fast forwarding thing, you know, like you see some ladies do. I don't know how to do it. You know, so you could see me like speed colouring. That glue dot's not very... Some of my glue dots seem to have dried out. I've got a feeling that I've just picked up a non-Stampin' Up glue dot there because it feels very, very, not very... There we go. That was an inferior glue dot then. It wasn't a Stampin' Up one. And what happens with the inferior ones is... Oh, that don't want to stick. They can dry out. And that's what my non-Stampin' Up ones have done. They've dried out on my desk. And then they're not sticky. Doesn't happen with the Stampin' Up ones. So I'm going to attach that there like so. I'll have it like that. And then just push them wings up. Am I still in shot? And we'll have a beautiful 3D dragonfly on our card. And I think that's really, really pretty. As I say, you could, I mean, if you've got many marvellous markers, you can do it whatever colour you like. You don't have to do it pink and girly like I do. You can do it bright and bold. Or, where's my other card that I made? There we go. If you prefer your darker tones, you can do it on a black background. So there you go. In the Lines DSP, free, with Celebration. And go and get yourself some and have some fun. And colouring in is really therapeutic and relaxing. So go and get some and have some fun. Thanks for watching. Bye.